as I've had each month when I get to spend some time with our students, just have a wonderful conversation with an incredibly talented, bright young woman. And so, Alyssa, would you please come and we'd love to hear about you and why here and those sorts of things.
Well, good evening, everyone, and happy Hispanic Heritage Month. My name is Alyssa Jimenez, and this is my first semester here at JCCC. So, I am the daughter of an immigrant. My dad came here when he was around 10 years old, so he's had a pretty big impact on my life. I got to see his immigration process while I was in high school and middle school as well, and that really impacted my story and what I wanted to do as a career. So, my major right now is liberal arts, but I plan on transferring it to a four-year university to become a civil engineer and to hopefully one day become a civil engineer as well. So, I graduated from Shawnee Mission East this May. Going to a predominantly white school really impacted my self-view on myself. I had trouble identifying who I was and just finding my place there. It wasn't until an incident in my English classroom where I discovered racism for the first time. I presented on a touchy subject to my peers, and they told me, "Why is this important? This doesn't affect us." There was no reason about talking about this. So this introduced me to my school's race project. And I got to meet with the only person of color teacher at my school, Mr. Muhammad, and he really impacted my life. He showed me that I have a place here, and he introduced me to a group of people who also went through the same experiences as I did. While also doing that all 4 years of high school, I was also involved in my school's engineering program, where I got to meet an amazing teacher, Mr. Teal, who really impacted my life and gave me so many opportunities. During my senior year, I was featured in my school's district paper twice, once for utilizing the space within a water tower, creating a CSA, which is a community-supported agriculture with an aquaponic system. And it introduced me to sustainability for the first time and helped me find another passion of mine. And also, I was featured for creating a tactile map for a blind student of West Ridge Middle School, where I was also got to be featured in the Kansas City Star and got to be interviewed, and it was an amazing experience. And with that really helped me decide that I can make a change, even as a high school student, and do something I really love and I'm passionate about. And with that, it helped me transfer into JCCC, where I am now the vice president of Luna, which I love so much. I love teaching people about my culture and getting them involved, especially for Latino students. It can sometimes feel like you are underrepresented and you don't have a place and you just don't have anyone that looks like you here. But it wasn't until I came here that I found amazing people, an amazing group of people who really helped me just do everything that I wanted to do. And with that, I am also a member of the Sustainability Committee. And I am also an HDF scholar, and I won second place at BizFest. But that's just a little bit about me.
Well, Chris, she knows how to get in the paper for our communications program. Maybe we'll do a little promotion with Alyssa. We certainly hope you find a place here. I wish we didn't have our masks on so that you could see the smiles here, because that might make you more comfortable as you start your speaking, and once you get done, we're all smiling with what you've accomplished. We usually have questions from a trustee or two. Anybody want to ask Alyssa? Laura, how about you?
Alyssa, thank you so much for being here. I won't hold it against you that you're in East. All my kids will go to West, so Vikings, and we'll just move on from there. But congratulations on being a really incredible scholar from Shawnee Mission. I'm a Shawnee Mission teacher. So I know that both Shawnee Mission and JCCC are working to acknowledge and embrace the diverse voices and diverse student bodies that we have. What kind of lessons did you take away from your time on East, especially with Mr. Muhammad and the projects you worked on? He was actually spotlighted a few years ago, and I got to meet him and haven't been able to keep up with all the awesome things he's doing. But I'd love to know what lessons you learned there that you think would apply for us as a big institution here at JCCC?
I think when it comes to medical, because I know a lot of Latinos struggle with going to the doctor and just getting there in the first place because they feel like the doctor's not going to understand what they're saying. They might not speak English as well, so they have to bring a translator like their kids, and that's a really hard time on the kids as well because they're having to translate for them, especially at a very young age. I mean, I never had to do that because my dad spoke English as well, but that's just one of the biggest takeaways I've learned from there as well, especially getting involved, getting the word out there to all the students, because a lot of students don't even know that programs like that exist, like Race Project. I know I didn't until the second semester of my freshman year, and I wish I knew about it earlier because I would have not had to go through a pretty traumatic event like that in high school. But yeah, that's just my biggest takeaway.
How did you find out about it? What are ways that at JCCC we could help get particularly more Latino students involved in clubs and part of our other organizations outside of basic classes? What do you think is a good way to do that?
Probably through the teachers, the professors, because they're the ones that are with the students hands-on, and they can tell them about the resources that are on hands for them. I know that would have helped me out a lot, and that'll help out a lot of students as well here at JCCC. You guys do an amazing job in the first place anyways with advocating for Luna and with BSU as well. It's just amazing what you guys do.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Other questions? Paul?
Well, thank you for being here and sharing your story. We're very happy you're here, and you are involved in so many things, and I think you said this is your first semester?
Yes, this is my first semester.
You have so much more you can do, so we hope to keep you as long as you want to be here. Did have a question. You said you were involved with the Sustainability Committee. Does that mean you're also involved with the Sustainable Ag program? And I was curious how that compared to what you did at East.
I am not involved in the Sustainable Act program. I just joined the committee just a couple weeks ago. I was first introduced to it through Landmark Water Towers. I received a letter of recommendation from them, so they helped me connect with the sustainability program here, and especially it showed me that engineering cannot just be used to break down buildings and just build things. It could be also used to help people in their daily lives. So. Yeah.
Great, thank you.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, Trustee Cross.
do you have an interest in sustainable agriculture?
Yes, a little bit. I know not that much about it, but it's been really interesting to get into it and read different articles about how sustainable agriculture can really affect us in the future.
I don't know how, but I'm on the panel, the advisory panel for sustainable agriculture, and I'll talk to some people there if you're interested.
Yes, I would
Being more
totally love
involved.
that.
Okay.
I'm thinking agriculture and civil engineering. I think a trip west about 105 miles to Manhattan, Kansas would be an excellent next step in your life
There's other places right here.
to Kansas State. Thank you for coming, and thank you for picking Johns County Community College. We look forward to more successes, and please touch base with any of us if there's anything we can help you with.
Yes.
Thank you, Alyssa.
Thank you.